didn't know, I run an online book club, Seedless Society Book Club, and for the month of October, we read 2 books, Tinder is the Flesh and The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. That's a mouthful. We'll start with this one because it's a heavier one and this is like a nice palate cleanser. Major trigger warnings, look into that before you read this book. I'm not going to give anything away because I went into this book blind and I recommend you do too. This book was super disturbing, extremely thought-provoking. It really was a good commentary on society and capitalism and greed. It's a very short book, but it took me a while to read it because I had to keep putting it down due to needing a break from this book. I love dystopian books. I don't really love horror though. This book was pretty heavy for me, but I really enjoyed it. But just know after you read this book, you will be thinking about it on and off for a very long. The cozy fall October book we read. This is like a magical realism book and I enjoyed it a lot. I don't typically read magical books. I went into this thinking like, oh, every other page is going to be like a different spell or like a different ability. And it wasn't like that at all. It was super subtle on the witchcraft and it was more focused on the story. And the storyline is like a found family storyline, which I don't know if I've ever read one like this, but I really like that and I could actually really resonate with that. And I think that made the book a lot more enjoyable to me. If you're looking for like a cozy fall read, like cuddle up by the fireplace with blankets kind of read, this is 100% the book. And I actually wish there was like a second book to this just because I loved the world that it was in. I mean, it's in our world, but I just like loved the concept of what this was. So if you've read either of these books, I would absolutely love to chat with you about them and I would love if you join my book club. Oh yeah, and for the month of November, we are reading this book. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to get in like TikTok trouble, but I'm very excited about this book because I've heard extremely good things about it and it's from the perspective of one of Dracula's wives, which is really interesting. So if you'd like to read that with us, I would love to have you.